Hey Virgo, I'm Eleanor and I'm here with your first week of February pick a card reading. This week we're going to be unpacking this Nine of Swords energy that came out in your month as your monthly theme, and Vitality, which is the theme of this week. The links to these videos where these cards came out, those are below, as well as how to get a personal reading with me. So please comment below and talk to me about how these energies are influencing you and affecting you, where this is talking about being full of anxiety and worry and having some mental struggles with what's going on and telling stories and some hard narratives that may be making it difficult to move forward. Vitality, this is finding your strength, this is finding your immunity, this is telling you that you have what it takes to move through this and to tapping into your strength, and your sense of cosmic immunity is going to move you through the situation. So also please like at any point during the video if you feel like you've heard something that is of service to you. Also, I'm using Audacious Action Angels and the Bosch Tarot. This is stack 1, 2, 3. They're timestamped below. Also, please subscribe because I do one of these every single week, and this monthly energy gets broken down into 4 weeks, and then we do 3 pick-a cards for each one. So if you want to follow the story and see how it unfolds, please do subscribe. All right, let's get started, Virgo. Stack 1, you have Judgment, the Magician. What's cooking? Okay. So while you are suffering a little bit up in your head, in order to tap into the strength, I feel like it is calling you into creativity, calling you to take action, to get your mind out of this situation and into action, creating something and moving forward with something that inspires you. And actually, in the physical sense, taking something that is an idea and then using all of your faculties to ground it into reality, taking from the ethers and making something in the world that wasn't there before. And what this needs to be for you, it can't just be any old thing. It can't be just a distraction. It can't be something that's just kind of fun now. What they're guiding you towards is something near and dear to your heart. It's going to be something that you've always wanted to try, something that's always held a curiosity for you, or it may be something necessarily that you've never done. It can be something that you used to do or used to be very good at, something that connects you to your past, something that connects you to a time where you were the most confident, or a time where you were moving forward, or something that is really part of who you are that you haven't been doing lately that you need to get back to. An example for me, I used to play the piano from 5th grade into high school, and I stopped doing that. So that would be like for me right now, picking up some music and grabbing a keyboard and actually tapping into that for myself and creating music in the present. That's something I haven't done for a long time. And that's just an example, but that's what it is, connecting to something that was a big part of you. Whether you've done it before or whether you haven't, that's where you need to put your energy, instead of telling a bunch of stories that are just spinning you in circles and not serving you, not helping. You aren't coming up with solutions. Get creative, get active, and get moving. Whether that's where your power is going to be this week. All right, Virgo, stack 2, the World, the Fool, size 3X. And I love how she's kind of like the Earth. That looks very much like the traditional world cards in all the decks, where there's a woman, usually very fertile looking, or surrounded by glory and success. And also we have that's like a world there too, very circular, spherical. Which calls to mind, this right here is what they call a full circle moment. Because of this Nine of Swords being present, there's a sense to, I'm getting that you may be kind of daunted, intimidated by how big this change is coming. This talks about the completion of a cycle, and this is the beginning of one. So like that, the snake eating its tail symbol, there's the ending leading right into the beginning. So that 0 point, that interstitial moment, that liminal time, that point where one cycle ends and the next begins. And that can be a place, a little vulnerability, where fear like this can set in. And with this 3X, and it's talking about expansion. It makes me think of that. Have you seen it's like a animated app or this thing online where you can zoom in to like atoms and even, strings and quantum foam and all those things. Then you can zoom up to people and to giraffes and to buildings and then the earth and then the sun and then the solar system, and you zoom out and out and out. And it's like, here's the sun, and this is like, oh, the sun's this big thing. And it's like, nope, there's a bigger star somewhere else. And you're like, dang. And there's this star that's even bigger than that. And then they've got the sun here finally, and then this huge star right here. And you realize just how not big the sun really is. And just like you, and just like at the cycle point, you grow and you grow and you grow, and you realize at each point you thought you were as big as you could get, you thought you were as strong and advanced as you can get, and then the cycle completes and you're back at the beginning again, you're a student again, you realize that you weren't as big as you thought, and you have more that you can be and more that you can learn. And each time you go back there, there's a little bit of intimidation, because you just got done being at the top of your game, you just got done being the biggest you can get, and now here you are again looking up at a brand new mountain, up at a brand new path. You've gone from the peak to the bottom of the mountain just like that. And that can be a little bit of a harsh energy. And so what they're wanting you to do to tap into this vitality is to remind yourself of last time. Like, so if there was the Fool here again, when you were back at the beginning of this cycle that's now completing, how intimidating was that? But now look back on it and how much you've grown, and how much you've gained, and how much better you are for it, and how good it feels to be at the top of it. So try to think of this now. This is what's ahead, and that's where you'll be again. And to get excited and to get revved up. And this is a good thing, and it's an amazing thing, and there's all kinds of awesome stuff that's about to happen, and so don't worry. Okay, all right, that's stack 2. Stack 3 for Virgo. 6 of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. 3 wishes. So right off, we have this influx of emotional energy. And typically, Ace of Cups is interpreted in general as like falling in love and being an influx of positive emotion. But the cups hold your emotions, your emotional waters. And that's not necessarily positive or negative. So when you're getting this influx of emotion, because I'm seeing this 9 of Swords, I feel like there is some fear more so than actually falling in love. So it can, for some Virgos, there can be this wellspring of fear coming up, and for other Virgos, there can be a falling in love type energy and getting a surge of emotion. But there's a sense here to where that can upset the balance in your life, the degree to which you show up, the degree to which you're able to focus and work and still operate and not be too much up in your head, fantasizing, whether that's ruminating in the negative or fantasizing about the positive. That can go either way, but there's a way that these emotions have thrust you up into your head, into fantasy, and that can, I'm feeling like it could upset this balance of how you're able to give and receive in proportion, and how you're able to show up the way that the people around you need to, and it can also influence the way you give and receive, and the integrity around that, and your intentions around that. And so with the 3 wishes, there's a call here to, I want to say, surrender to optimism. So this, when we have a surge of emotion, whatever that emotion is, it brings with it an attachment to an outcome. And so with these 3 wishes, there is a call to make your wishes, to be optimistic, to surrender to hope, and to let go of that attachment to an outcome that can keep you wrapped up in your head and not showing up, if that makes sense. Okay, Virgo, please subscribe because I have another one coming out next week. Thank you.